What's up, YouTube? So tonight we talking about that Ronda Rousey Holly Holm fight. Crazy fight. 2 rounds. Ronda got knocked the heck out. Um, so I'll break it down into two parts. The overview of why I'm happy that the result was the way it was. And then I'll actually do some light fight analysis. So overall, I don't dislike Ronda Rousey. I dislike some of the things that she said and done recently, especially when she kind of just started on this Floyd Mayweather, I can beat you, this woman beater thing. Like, that should have never been her role. In life, you want to spread positivity and love. And if you don't know the ins and outs of Floyd Mayweather's situation, you probably really shouldn't be commenting on it. And even so, it's okay if you want to speak out about domestic violence, but don't make this one black man the face of domestic violence when the UFC has a higher rate than anybody of their athletes um, hitting their women, beating on their girlfriends and their wives. So if you really want to be a champion for the cause, then be consistent and be thorough and do it throughout. But don't just single out one black man because it's easy to pile on, because that's the way that the media has it set up. ESPN ran with that whole domestic violence thing for Floyd Mayweather leading into the Pacquiao fight. So leading into the biggest moment of Floyd's career, that's what ESPN chose to focus on. And I think Ronda Rousey ate that up every time she had an interview. Every time she had a microphone in front of her face, she kept talking about Floyd Mayweather. And it got to the point where it's like, it took me, I was a Ronda Rousey, I don't want to say fan, but I enjoyed what she did. I enjoyed watching her fights. I still do. But it turned it into like, man, I just really don't like what you're saying. And then to be dating a married man, to have your own incident of domestic violence in your book documented that you wrote or you had some part in, but the media just ignores that. We're not going to talk about it. But yet you're able to get away with being um, it's cool that you call Floyd out, but you are dating a married man who wife said that he abused her. You have other athletes in the UFC who are beating on their woman. You don't say anything about them. You don't say anything about domestic abuse as a whole. And if you did say something about it as a whole, it was probably just a part of your ploy not to have it be obvious about Floyd. I don't think you really give a crap about domestic. I mean, maybe she does, but you just should have left Floyd pretty much out of your mouth. So I respect that he's a great boxer. I hope that I don't know exactly what happened. I hope that that's not true. And if it is, that there's no place for that. That's all you have to say, and leave it alone. Stop calling Floyd out. It's stupid. It doesn't behoove you to do so. So that I didn't like that the all the hype necessarily that she was getting. I thought she was good, but I don't think there's a whole lot of competition in her weight class. I thought she should either go up a little bit or down a little bit in weight, where there was more competition, more women who could give her a challenge. But Holly, Holly Holm was able to, man, today Holly Holm won decisively. Like, you can't say, oh, well, Ronda did this, Herb Dean stopped the fight too early. No, Holly Holm whooped Ronda's ass today, from the beginning to the end. Um, Holly's striking was too much for Ronda. Uh, she just looked strong, man. Ronda looked a little round, a little, I don't want to say flabby, but she just did not look to have that same strength and physical advantage as she's had in previous fights over other fighters. Holly Holm had that sinewy strength, that wiry strength, and she wasn't about no games today. She slammed Ronda. She hit her with the straight rights, the elbows. I mean, that kick. That kick to the face was just. I need to make that the cover for the video. I mean, it was crazy. And her dodging when Ronda threw that shot and she moved out the way and Ronda hit the ground. It's like, man, something is happening here. You know something is happening. It's not what those the major networks and the UFC supporters really wanted to see probably, but I'm glad that Holly Holm got an opportunity to fight Ronda and performed. Really showed out in this opportunity, took advantage of the opportunity. And that's a big thing, for me in life. That's you really want to take advantage of opportunities that are presented to you, because you don't know if and when it'll come back around. So you got to be prepared and you got to be focused to take advantage of whatever opportunities come your way. and I think Holly Holm did that tonight. I know she's an undefeated MMA fighter. She was a professional boxer, professional kickboxer, had a very good record in both. I think her kickboxing record was like 33, 3-2. So really good. I think her boxing record might have been like 7-3, 7-2. But 10-0, maybe 11-0 now in MMA. I have to double check. But she's good, man. She's 34. She still has some time to really, put some work in this UFC. I mean, she looked great. I would really like to see her in future fights. We'll see. We'll see if she's a real deal. If she's the next person up, I don't think she will be just from a marketability standpoint. I don't think there's quite as much there, but I hope that she gets the opportunity and um, continues to get opportunities and continued success because she seems like I haven't seen a lot of her, but what I have seen, I like. Um, and I just think it's awesome that she did what she did today. As far as Ronda going forward, this is a good opportunity to have a little slice of humble pie. We all get better from time to time. She's still a great fighter, one of the best ever, one of the best in the world. But there's some work that she could do in her striking. And you saw when things didn't go her way today. I don't feel like she really knew how to handle it. That Cyborg fight, I think we got a glimpse today of how that will probably go. I think Cyborg will probably just physically overpower Ronda. But for Ronda Rousey, slices humble pie. Stop talking about things that you don't really know about, and especially if it's not something that you really care about. Stop doing stuff for fame and publicity. You have enough of that. Just send out positivity, and that positivity tends to come back to you. But you spread that negativity, um, for selfish gains, because you don't really give a crap about those women that Floyd was accused of. And then if you're really looking at it, if you want to look at the system, if you're facing, I would never put my hands on a woman. But if you say you can do 90 days in jail if you plead guilty, or 30 years if you try to fight it, I'm a black man. I'm likely get an all white jury, all white judge. You can ignore the race thing if you want, but if I'm playing those numbers, crunching the analytics in my head as I do, you have to go ahead and take that plea deal begrudgingly, but you have to do it because you can't play around with 30 years of your life. So it's easy to say, "Oh, Floyd is on record as being a woman beater." It's like, well, I mean, I think most people, if you were in that situation, you would be on record too, whether you did it or not. And I'm not trying to defend Floyd because I don't know, and that's the thing. I'm smart enough to say I wasn't there. I don't have all the facts. I don't know. It is concerning the amount of people, the amount of instances. I hope that that's not something that he's doing, and if it's something that he's done, I hope that he's matured and grown from that, because there's no place for that. There's no place for it. But if you don't know about it, it's hard for you to comment decisively. And if you're not going to champion that cause through and through, don't bring it up when it's convenient for you. All right, guys. Peace.